Hello all. In today's video, I think I'm gonna title it Peace, right? And the reason I want to title it this is ZZZ is currently probably the only gacha game that I'm playing where the drama is truly just not all that dramatic, right? When I came back to WUA and I criticized it, I realized that I mainly got attacked by big CCs with biased opinions, like their fan bases, not just the CCs, and that the general, base of the WUA community isn't actually like part of this toxic bunch, right? And when I came back to HSR after taking a long break from it, it was the same thing. Because when I came back to HSR after taking, I think like a, 3 or 4 patch break a while ago, this was a long time ago, right? I made a bunch of videos calling out HSR on their shit, their power creep, their HP inflation, the story, the flaws it had, all of it, right? And back then, I was also met with toxicity and, elitism, although it isn't, none of it was as bad as my WUA return in all honesty, right? But coming back to ZZZ has made me a lot calmer and a lot happier because this ZZZ community is, at least currently, the most chill one out of all the gachas I play. Now, I don't think it will last forever, like a lot of people think, because here's the truth about all these Hoyo games, and especially recently with what's been going on with certain, agenda-pushing WUA CCs, it's just gonna be fire fighting with fire for like the next year, and then the same way WUA constantly shits on Genshin and WUA constantly shits on HSR blindly, like all that shit, right? You're gonna have a lot of people who are going to start blindly shitting on ZZZ from the WUA side. That's simply how it goes, right? And then both sides are going to be at constant war. One side is going to call out the other on their bullshit. The other one is going to keep bullshitting because it gets clicks and views, all that, right? However, recently, I won't lie, I have seen the ZZZ drama ramping up recently, saying Taz is trying to attack ZZZ on all fronts to feel better about the anniversary being shit, and that's why he hasn't actually made any content on his own game's anniversary, and instead made more on ZZZ's Annie, saying that it's worse instead, right? But I do have to say that outside of that, right, because I hit all these creators' channels, I no longer get recommended their videos. I only hear about them passing by every once in a while through people in my chat who try to instigate shit, and I tell them, just don't talk about these people in my stream anymore, right? ZZZ has been really nice of a community to be in, to hang out in, and all in all, just the fact that this game gets as many polls as it does makes it a lot more enjoyable as well. I mean, I love convenient games. The scale of this game is much smaller than open world ones, which I tend to not enjoy all that much because I don't like mint picking around in map expansion every half a year, right? You can do dailies in like 10 seconds with Mia Ball every single run. Dish drives are pretty easy to farm, right? Dish drives are pretty easy to farm and get. They give you the most pulls out of all the gachas I'm playing currently. ZZZ's average is 124, and for this Annie, we should be getting around 160, right? HSR gave 120, WUA gave 120 for their Annie as well, and Genshin's last Annie gave 130, right? So the rewards, the skip button, the better QOL, the better farming, the better community. This game truly just feels like almost a vacation, a paradise in comparison to being in the other Hoyo games. And it truly is nice just being able to, play a game and actually talk and think about the game, you know what I'm saying? Watch other content creators who aren't drama farming, who aren't doing this, that, right? It really is nice, right? Now, I'm not saying that the Wua space doesn't have, like, you know, these types of people. There are many people in the Wua space who make very good content. I see, what's it called? I see Maggie, I see Juice, I see, I Win to Lose, I see Sweetly. All these people who, like, talk about the game, they run calcs, they help people with guides, they help players understand better how to use these characters. You know, people who talk about their own game's events, you know, all this stuff. I absolutely adore content creators like that. And I understand that I myself could be a little hypocritical because I am, even outside of my leaks, right? Because I am mainly a leak channel, but whenever I'm not talking about leaks, it's usually about my personal opinion on a topic, and sometimes that can lead to me getting heat or going down, you know, this bad, you know, drama road, this drama cesspool that I kind of have taken myself back from, right? But I would like to say that at the end of the day, I do think it's inevitable for all of these gacha games to end up having like these, you know, console versus PC, PlayStation versus Xbox type, you know, debates constantly, especially when you have some of the biggest CCs in the space constantly pushing this agenda and leading to it being seen by like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. People get mad and angry about it because they don't want the drama on their own turf, but it just keeps getting pushed, right? It's like poking a bear. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly poking a sleeping bear that isn't doing anything to you, expecting nothing to go wrong, but you know full well that at some point it's gonna get up and it's gonna start fighting back, right? That's exactly how ZZZ feels currently, after kind of how calm it's been for so long, and all of a sudden the drama is just completely ramping up because of one big CC spearheading all, right? So I have to say that, at least for now, and since returning, thank you for all being chill. Thank you for all being welcoming. I do get backseated in my stream sometimes when I play ZZZ. However, I expect that in basically any of these gacha games, especially when, you know, you're streaming to like 50 plus people. There's going to be a few people who backseat this and that, right? I understand I am ass at ZZZ. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. I haven't played the game in quite a while. But at the end of the day, I just love you all. Right, I love this gacha space. I love giving my opinions on HSR. I love giving my opinions on Wua. And eventually I'll give my opinions on ZZZ when I believe I'm a little more educated and, you know, more experienced in the game. Because I don't feel like talking out of my ass for this game, knowing full well that I don't actually really understand all the ins and outs about it, right? So I want to say thank you to the ZZZ community. I haven't really made many ZZZ videos at all, but all of them have been pretty chill in terms of reception. And I have to say that the community is also, you know, very nice and very chill, very supportive. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody makes fun of this game for being a Gooner game. But to be honest, I'm glad that this game is mostly known for being Gooner, because it leads to most of the discussion around the game not actually being all too toxic compared to the other ones that are basically constantly talking about meta and comparing each other to themselves, right? Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.